Good morning, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen, family members, those of you who are watching with us. Listen, come on in the room, y'all. Come on in the room. Listen, this is Learn with Stern. I want to welcome each and every one of y'all to come back for our second segment, y'all, in the story and the life of Esther. Queen Esther, y'all. Listen, we're talking about a profound story, a story that will make you think, a story that will allow you an opportunity to see yourself. It's a common story. It's a story that is relatable across all races, all genders, all ethnicities. Listen, it is a powerful, powerful story. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit up, sit back. Boys and girls, I want y'all to pay attention. You got to pay close attention and listen and follow along because here tonight, we're going to go and continue our second part. I want to make sure that everybody got a chance to get their Bibles. Open your Bibles to the book of Esther. To the book of Esther. Come on, y'all. To the book of Esther. We stopped on verse 16. Chapter 1, verse 16. Chapter 1, verse 16. And now, ladies and gentlemen, listen. I want to make sure that y'all get an opportunity to see this. Because it starts off by saying the Municians. Watch this. The Municians. So the Municians, they answered because y'all remember what happened last week. The king had called for his wife. Yes, King Ashashara, he called for his wife, the queen, to come. Vashti, and she refused to come. And so the king consulted with his men and say, hey, how must I punish her for this? What type of punishment can I render? Because I can't let this go unpunished. Because for some unapparent reason, he feels, and you know, most leaders, they have big egos. Because he felt that the whole town, the whole city, and everybody would know that his wife didn't obey him and didn't respect him. And oh man, now he go be seen as a chump, as a wimp. You understand what I'm saying? So the king consulted with his men around him to find out how can I punish my wife for disobeying and refusing to come and beckon to my call. Watch this. So in verse 16 it says, and the Municians they answered before the king and the princess, Vashti the queen had not done wrong to the king only, but also, listen, so see what it says, y'all. It says, not only did she disrespect and disobey the king, not only him, but when you refuse to obey the king, you also refusing to obey the whole town, the whole city, the princess, the prince, the province, listen, watch what it said. Look what it says. It says, not only did she do wrong to the king, but also to all the princesses and to all the people that are in all the provinces of King Ashur. You see that? For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women. You see this, y'all? See what it says? So they're worried about seeing if all the women hear this, the word gets out and all the women hear that, wow, the queen disobeying the king. So it may be all right for us to disrespect our husbands. We ain't got to do what they say. Listen, watch this. So this is what they saying. Look at what they talking about. So it says not only does it affect the king, but it also affect everybody around. It said, for the deed of the queen shall come abroad. So this word shall go forth. Look at what it says. To all the women. So they shall despise their husbands in their eyes. When it shall be reported, watch this, the king Ashur's commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. Look at verse 18. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princesses, which have heard of the deed of the queen, thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath. You see what I'm saying? So in other words, what they're saying is that this one little act will create so much confusion and cause so much disunity and disharmony in houses and homes all over the world. If we just let this go and we let it go unpunished. I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, but this is the law. These are the laws. These are the times and the days they live. And look at what it says, y'all, in verse 19. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered. Look at what it says, y'all. It be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she. Oh. Y'all listen, they're passing a law that she will not only get punished, but she would not even be allowed to come to the king no more. She would not even be allowed to come in the king's presence no more. And then not only that, but they also are talking about, listen, let's give her estate over to someone else that is worthy. Y'all listen, come on, y'all. Y'all gotta hear me on this. Boys and girls, sit up, tighten up, y'all. Come on, tighten up. I need y'all to get in on this. You gotta get in on this, y'all. We only got a few minutes, but I really want y'all to get in on this and listen. You gotta listen to this because this is good. This is good stuff. Good stuff, y'all. Y'all know if Mr. Ferguson says good is good stuff. Look at this, y'all. So not only that, y'all, he said, King, we will give her royal estate unto another that is better than she. Verse 20, y'all. Go to verse 20. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, watch this, shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give to their husbands honor. You see that? Both to the great and to the small. You see, boys and girls, so that's how the king is making sure that they set precedent. They want to make sure that they maintain order. They want to make sure that, listen, just because I have this situation, y'all, listen, and I got a disobedient queen who refuses to come when I call her, listen, I'm not going to let that affect all my people. Because I'm going to decree and order a law right now that's going to nip this in the bud, and this will never happen again. And no woman, no wife, no princess, no queen will dishonor their husband. So here it is. Look, y'all, watch this. So in verse 21, look at this, y'all. Keep going. In verse 21, I want to make sure that y'all are following along. Verse 21, come on, y'all. And the saying pleased the king and the princesses, and the king did according to the word of the Mumikins. You see that, y'all? So his councilmen gave him this word and said, listen, this is what you can do about this situation. And the king was happy about that. And he says, okay, I agree to it. She cannot come to me anymore. We go give her estate to somebody else that is more appreciative, someone that will value the king, someone that will honor the king, someone that will obey the king. See what I'm saying? Look at this, y'all. So in verse 22, for he sent letters into all the king's provinces, into every province according to the written thereof. Watch this. And to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people. The king made sure that this word went out in every language. He made sure that everybody got their interpretation. They got their word in their own language, so there's no confusion. Nobody could say they didn't understand it. It was written in Aramaic and they speak Greek. Listen, the king made sure that everybody got it in their language. But every man, listen, watch what it says, y'all. It says, but every man will bear rule in his own house. You see that, y'all? You see how important that is, boys and girls, to just have order, to just maintain order, y'all. Listen, and not allow and not tolerate and so on and so on, disrespect and dishonor. Look at this. Y'all go to chapter 2 with me, y'all. Only got a couple minutes. Chapter 2. Go down to chapter 2, starting at verse 1. And after these things, look at what happened, y'all. After these things, when the wrath of the king Ashur was, listen to what it says, y'all, was pacified, he earnestly remembered Vashti and what she had done and what was decreed against her. Look at this, y'all. Then the king's servants who ministered to him said, let beautiful young virgins be sought for the king. Let some beautiful young ladies come. Just bring out a whole lot of beautiful young ladies, y'all, because the king needs a new queen. He needs a new queen right away. So the ministers got on their job, man, and they went looking for a new queen right away. And the king's servants who ministered to him said, let all the beautiful young ladies come to the king, and let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom to gather all the beautiful young ladies to the capital of Shushan. Look at this, y'all. To the harem under the custody of the capital in Shushan. Look at this, y'all. And the capital, look at this, y'all, under Haggai, the king's eunuch, who is in charge of the women. And let their things for purification be given to them. So whatever they needed, y'all, whatever they need flowers, they need perfume, they need bath, they need fine linen, beautiful clothes, whatever they need. The eunuch Haggai was in charge of the women. He was in charge of making sure that these young ladies were presented to the king, looking nice, y'all, looking very nice, and presented themselves to the best of their ability. And look at what it says, y'all. And let the maiden who pleases the king be queen instead of Vashti. This pleased the king, and he did so. In verse 5, there was a certain Jew in the capital of Shushan, whose name was Mordecai. He was the son of Jahar, the son of Shemel, the son of Kish. He was a Benjamite. Look at verse 6. Who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captives taken away with Jehoiakim, the king of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried into exile. In verse 7, he brought, look at this, watch this, he brought up Hadassah. That is Esther. Look at that, y'all. He brought up Hadassah, which is Esther. We're going to leave on that note, and I want to make sure that y'all remember. That's right. Come on, y'all. We're going to stop right there. Hadassah is Esther. And I'm going to share with y'all what Hadassah means. I'm going to share with y'all what Esther means. I want to teach y'all so y'all understand the meanings of these names. Listen, God bless you all. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for being here. Listen, I'm telling y'all I'm excited about this. I want y'all to see what happens. Continue to read with me. Continue to stay with us on the story. Stay on track. And God bless you all. God keep you and strengthen you. If you want to accept Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, accept him in your heart right now. In Jesus'